All right, you guys, today we are talking about the number one most important thing to ensure your fat loss. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, but Lindsey, how can there be just one thing? And okay, there's not just one thing. There's so many things that are so important, but this one thing I'm gonna share with you is absolutely vital if you want to see fat loss, okay? So let's talk about some things that are important, okay? One of my favorite things to talk about that's really, really important is patience and consistency, okay? If you're not consistent day in and day out, you will not reach your goal, okay? I've seen it too many times. People will fall off the wagon, you know, for, I don't know, they'll fall off the wagon for a week or so, and they'll do really good for 2 weeks, and they'll fall off the wagon for a few days, and then do really good for a few days. All that's doing is leaving them static, okay? Leaving them seeing no results. Consistency is so incredibly important. What else is important? Eating whole, healthy foods. That's super, super important. Limiting your treats to just about 10% of the time. Super important, okay? What else is important? Making sure you have a good, solid lifting routine. Really, really important to create that toned and curved look that we are all going for, okay? But what is absolutely vital? None of those things I just talked about will help you reach, or will make it so you reach your fitness goals without this one thing. You guys ready for it? Wait for it, wait for it. You guys probably already know it. I'm gonna tell you anyway. It is a calorie deficit. What? Mind-blowing, right? With all this talk about clean eating and keto and paleo and all these different diets that have names, the thing that makes them all work, you guys, the one main thing, there's lots of different things that are great about different nutrition plans. The one thing that makes it all work though is a calorie deficit, okay? So how do we create a calorie deficit? You can do it in two ways. One, you can do it from your calorie intake. The second one, you can do it from your calorie expenditure, okay? So your calorie intake, let's talk about that for a minute. So it's really important when you are starting out your fat loss phase that you figure out where you are currently at. What is your body currently used to? And you create the deficit from that, okay? Don't think, oh, what would I like to be doing? Oh yeah, sure, how many calories am I eating? Well, I should be eating 1,500 calories a day. So let's create the calorie deficit from there. No. You want to figure out what your body is currently doing and create the calorie deficit from there. So a good calorie deficit from where your body is currently at would be about 30%. That's a pretty aggressive, moderate to aggressive calorie deficit, okay? It's gonna be one that's gonna get you seeing results, but also not push you to the point of burnout, hopefully. So a good way to figure out where your body is currently at calorie intake wise will be to track your food for a couple days. Okay, get a tracking app like MyFitnessPal or MyNet Diary. Track your food, see where your calories are at on a baseline, and then take about 30% off of that for your calorie deficit. The other way to create your calorie deficit would be to look at your calorie expenditure. So if you are living a pretty sedentary lifestyle, just starting and moving for about 20 minutes or so every single day is a great way to increase that calorie deficit by increasing your expenditure. Okay, the next way, if you're already exercising, would be to look at how much cardio you're currently doing and then add just a little bit on top of that, okay? Now let me make a side note here. Weight training is super important. It's important for building muscle, but you shouldn't be looking at weight training as your main way that you're burning calories, okay? Cardio is going to burn calories more during the session and also for a little while after the session than weight training is, but weight training is super important for building and retaining muscle, which is gonna give your body the shape that you want, okay? So it's really, really important, but it's not gonna be one of the main things I'm talking about here, creating that calorie deficit, okay? So let's say you're just starting from scratch, okay? Let's say you're starting from scratch, you're not exercising and you wanna create a calorie deficit from your food and your expenditure. I would recommend doing a little bit more of a modest cut from your food, and so do maybe 15 to 20% cut on your calorie intake, and then also add about 20 minutes of cardio a day, okay? If you're already doing some cardio, I like to add in about 5-minute increments per day. So let's say you're doing 20 minutes every single day of the week or 5 days a week, up it to 25. Okay, another way you can look at this is to increase the intensity of your cardio. So if you're doing steady state, like a moderate low intensity cardio, you can also up the intensity. That would increase your calorie burn. Okay, so if you're not sure kind of where to go from this, I actually have a free 7-day jump start to help you guys jumpstart your fat loss. There are some meal plans in there, 7 days worth of workouts. It'll tell you exactly what to do to get started on your fat loss journey, okay? So click the link in the notes underneath this video and you will be taken straight to your 7-day fat loss jumpstart. Hope you guys love it and I hope you guys like this video. Please ask me any questions you have about fat loss in the comments below and I'll use those questions for future videos. So give this video a like and a thumbs up and I will see you guys next time.